Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning to you. Got some good chat going already. Looks like we're gonna have a fun day ahead, talking all things business, marketing, whatever else you got going on. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Looking forward to reading all of these. Looks like there's a bunch that have come in, so that is fantastic. Chris says no Twitter. I'm going to need context. Oh, I still got it. I got the rest of the comments up there. Yeah, when you get a chance, there's a bit of a delay on the frequency with which you're able to leave a comment. It's basically to stop people from just like jamming things in. I have the ability to ban and remove, but still, we like to avoid that. A little bit of a self, what do you call that? Sort of self-governance. So, shall we go? All right, Success Journal of a Broke. I still need the rest of that name, hey? I don't know, of a broke something? But anyways, good morning. Love from India. Love right back at ya. Rahim, hey Adam from Pakistan. Hey Rahim, good to see you here, my friend. Razita, good morning. I have to teach at 8 a.m. Pacific, but I just wanted to let you know that I've learned so much in 2 months than in 3 years. Love the way you teach. Hey Razita, well that's fantastic. Thank you very much for being here and for saying hi and for letting me know. That is amazing, and I'll keep it up if you keep tuning in. Sounds like a terrible game show, but good to see you. Have fun teaching everybody this morning. Let me know what you're teaching as well. Nathan says, "Hey Chris, let's connect." Oh, hang on one sec. There we go. Nathan says, "Hey Chris, let's connect, my friend." And then Chris says, "Okay, we could just run the whole. I'll run the whole live here, just facilitating communication and networking and conversations between you guys. That's fun. I love seeing that. That's one of my favorite parts. All right, we're going to say hi some more, but let's dive right in because I've got a jet right at 9 a.m. sharp. We're taking the kids climbing today. Should be fun indoor climbing because it's misery outside and mountains are dangerous. So let's go. Chris, Adam, I'm still stuck on how to market PR ad agencies or CPG brands. I'm a product and food photographer and videographer. Yes, I remember. Lead gen for agencies or B2B. I'm still lost. Please help. Okay, let me reread that again. I'm stuck on how to market to PR ad agencies or CPG brands. So how do you market to PR ad agencies, lead gen for agencies or B2B? Okay, so let's talk B2B lead gen, which is going to be basically the same whether we're talking about marketing to agencies or other B2B organizations because the strategy is basically always the same. And it starts by first understanding a few important quintessential ingredients of like B2C versus B2B. So B2C, business to consumer, mass market, consumer goods type thing. B2B, niche focused on business owners, in this case, agencies. Rule number one, you've got to get crystal clear on who it is that you serve, who they are, what their needs are. For this example, if we're talking about agencies, they have one need. That's it. Actually, they have two needs. They want to generate clients of their own. So if you can introduce a way to provide a better service or show them how they would make more money by using you, fantastic. The second thing is they want to make sure that they're getting good client results. They don't want their clients to go somewhere else. So you need to present an argument or a presentation basically on why they need your services, why your services are better, how they're able to white label them or charge an upsell or do this or do that. The other thing you can do is start making relationships with them, being like, hey, what do you offer? Clients are always asking me as a food photographer, who does Instagram marketing now to get my stuff out? And I'd love to be able to partner with you and refer people to you. So that's a great way to get your foot in the door. But really it comes down to being selective about who you're trying to go after and then doing your due diligence on them and crafting a decent and compelling sort of probably a cold email to start. A lot of good templates out there. I have a video on it that's slightly longer, but start there. Success Journal of a Broke. Doodle-doo. We're answering a question that I don't understand, but hang on. I suggest YouTube, then implement an email list, use Instagram and Twitter to promote your YouTube videos, then just stay consistent, hope that helps. Okay, so obviously this question came up before I had a chance to see it. I'm going to let you guys answer this one yourself because I don't have the context. Success Journal of a Broke something. If you want to ask again, we can hop to it. All right, let's see. Maybe this is it. Is organic Facebook marketing dead for brand building? Any tips for organic growth? So, is Facebook marketing dead for brand building? No, but it's been on a slow downward trajectory for years. That said, it's still huge. Like it's the most used social media platform at large, especially when we're talking about, say, North America and Europe and that. 2 billion monthly active users. I mean, like, it's not dead. Is it less effective than it once was? Totally, of course. But so is everything, right? It's like, well, I shouldn't say that. It ebbs and flows. But like everything that reaches a peak, by the time it reaches that peak, everybody realizes how good it is. They jump in on it. It becomes overly saturated. We have to start looking for greener, less eaten pastures, and then we go there. So is Facebook marketing dead? No, not even close. Are there better options? Depends, right? It depends on your business, your market, your target market, who you're trying to serve, the value of what you do. Any tips for organic growth? Right now, we can talk more about it later, but like short form vertical video, think shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. But if you have something more specific, we can dive into that. I think I get the context now. Suggest picking one platform. I agree with that. My preference for most people is YouTube. It has been for a bit, but it's becoming more powerful now than ever before. So before I used to have the opinion, or I used to give the advice that, hey, YouTube's the best, but it's also hard. So if you don't want to do it, that's cool. Let's do something else. Now I'm of the opinion that yes, YouTube is hard, but it's the best, and you should probably just do it anyway, because the amount of things that you're going to learn, the amount of leads you'll generate, the potential business growth, it's just unparalleled. All right, Latricia. Good morning, Adam. Hello from the piney woods of East Texas. Good morning, Latricia. Good to see you here. Oh, the piney woods. I like it. Laka CSAT agency. Gonna need some contacts. Nathan and Chris are chatting. Fantastic. Keep it up, gentlemen. I'll skip over as best I can. Kevin. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you from Lakeland, Florida. Good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you could make it here. Corporal Diesel, good morning from Central Texas. Oh, we're representing Texas. Corporal Diesel and Latricia. Corporal Diesel, how's your wife's mental health business doing? How's the progress since last week's check-in? Let me know. Curious to hear. Donald Abrams coming in from Austin, Texas. What is happening? We have a serious... We are populating the chat with Texas this morning. That's fantastic. I've spent a decent amount of time there, mostly... Houston, flying through a bit, and San Antonio back in the day, more as a kid. Never been to Austin, which is weird for an entrepreneur tech guy to say. It's kind of like the hub, right? Reverb Hub, I sent you an email. I will possibly get my team to check it. But I appreciate it. I'm not very good at checking email. This is the best way to get a hold of me. So if you got something to say, now's the spot. Patrick, good morning, Adam. Good morning, Patrick. Good to see you. The lady writes, Katrina. Hi, all. Hi, Katrina. Good to see you here this morning. Max, love from South Africa. Kosi Codes. That's a cool name. Max, good to see you, man. South Africa, too. We normally have a decent representation there. Dwayne, we'll see if he pops in here in a bit. Nathan, good morning. How's it going, my friend? It is going amazing. Nathan, good to see you, buddy. Glad you could make it. Yusuf from San Antonio, Texas. I tell you, what is happening? It's like everybody in Texas just woke up and were like, let's do marketing today. Good things ahead for that state. Good things ahead. Philip, how important is market size to marketing results? Would you rather market toilet paper or diamonds? 2 questions, 2 answers. Market size is important only insofar as you're able to, big fish, small pond, small fish, big pond. There's something in marketing called a TAM, a total addressable market. This is all of the people that you could market to. Let me tell you something that not a lot of people know or appreciate. There are very few markets I've seen that are legitimately too small to go in and make millions, multi-millions of dollars in. Are there some businesses that are too small to make billions in? Yeah, totally, 100%. But if your goal is to make, say, $1 million a year, multi-million a year, I don't know of very many markets that are that small. One of my favorite examples is I had a client that I did consulting for way back in the day who sold a soap making business course. So she taught people how to start businesses making and selling soap. And if I recall correctly, was doing over $1 million a year doing that soap making business thing. So there's almost nothing that's too small. Would I rather sell toilet paper or diamonds? Diamonds, 1,000% for a million reasons. How's that for hyperbole? Number one, I don't like selling commodities. I think that they're commoditized for a reason. So I need to work way harder on finding something that there really is no differentiation for. Second, people just don't care that much. They're die hard on toilet paper. Next thing, I'd rather sell to an affluent market than the general market. So someone that can buy diamonds is in a very different headspace. I'm able to emphasize the luxury and the status and the prestige that goes along with it. We could go into that more, but very strong feelings. Vincent. Hi. Hello, Vincent. Tanya. We're going to go with that one. Hello from Buffalo, New York, right across the border. Good to see you. Latricia, you can't hear audio. Ooh, can anyone else hear audio? Looks like we're still okay. Okay, I don't know what to tell you then. We're going to have to check your speakers perhaps. If anybody else wants to give me like a... Normally people chime in pretty quick if they can't hear audio, so I'm going to say there's a speaker problem going on. Let me scroll back up. Janelle, hey Adam, I would like... Hang on one sec. Let me resize you. There you are, my friend. I would like you to give some guidance on this based on your last video. I love marketing and want to dominate it, especially media buying. How can I study to master it? I can say I'm intermediate. So, okay. I love marketing and want to dominate it, especially media buying. How can I study and master it? Maybe it was the video before that then. Yeah, it was the video on skills. Last video was on ChatGPT marketing, which is correlated to media. I'm waving my pencil around here. There we go. Hands free. It's correlated to media buying, but it's a different angle of it. A lot of the media buyers today will do the creative side as well. It's kind of typically what we see until we start getting to like massive ad campaigns, then we may have a team involved. How do you become a master of media buying? I think it comes from two things. Obviously information and then experience. So the experience you get by literally just buying a ton of media. So for those not familiar, when we think of media buying, think of like running a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad. Anytime that you're setting up these ads, you're essentially buying media. You're buying exposure on these platforms. The best way to learn it is to go in and set up ad campaigns on all of the different platforms that you want to become a master in. That's really what I did. That's how I learned all of the platforms. I've been running ads for years now. And so mostly from experience, I guess, at this point. But in the early days, YouTube videos, they didn't really have them when I was looking for media buying stuff, but like books, seminars, conferences, mentors, coaches, consulting, anything that you can get your hands on that's going to show you different ways of like buying media, different strategies. For example, when we talk about, say, running Facebook ads, there's a lot of different approaches to it when it comes to like campaign structure. There's some people that are like, stick with the one campaign, 2 ad sets, 3 ads per ad set. There's some people that are one campaign, 30 ad sets, $2 a day, 1 ad per ad set. There's some people that are auto budget optimization, everything, CBO, everything, full open broad targeting. There's others that are completely niched. Fun fact, they all kind of work. Some of them work better at different times. So you've got to find the approach that works best with your strategy and the kinds of things that you're running ads for. Char, hello. Good afternoon from the UK. Afternoon, Char. Good to see you. Michael, good morning, Adam. Excited for what you have to share. Excited you're here, Michael. Good to see you. Mart, dobre rano. Mart, good to see you from Piešťany, Slovakia. Reverb, I sent you an email about free email generating Telegram bot that will help people for generating cold email. Okay, cool. Probably my team will take a look at it and they will let you know if it's something that we will do. We like full disclosure for anybody sending stuff. We get a lot of stuff, so we probably won't get to it. I wish there was a better way, but with all the requests, focused on creating content right now. So I appreciate that. Diaz, good morning. I have a question. When starting a social media agency, do we need a business license right off the gate? A tax and accounting and legal question. So, first, the disclaimers. I'm not a lawyer. I do not pretend to be one, just like I'm not a doctor. I'm also not an accountant. Check with the laws in your city, state, province, country, whatever it is. Everything is different. My understanding is if you're operating a personal business under your own name, you can start doing stuff and then do things after. But again, check and see what you need to do it. What you're going to be looking for is like literally just Google sole proprietorship in whatever city, state, province, country you're in, and that will tell you the laws around it. David, the armpit of the South. Good to see you, my friend, from Miami. We're gonna have to get more specific next time. I don't know much about Miami, but like north, south, east, west, etc., etc. Bruce Ellaby, good morning, Adam, and the whole Saturday morning gang. Yes, hello to everyone from Bruce. Teresa Benoit, good morning. Good to see you here, Teresa. Glad you could make it. Patrick, when approaching clients for PPC, you do email, calls, or in person, all the above. Okay. So the age-old question, inbound versus, I'm going to wave this thing around. Hang on, I'm going to attach it to my iPad. If we got a question that needs a visual graphic, I'm prepared, but otherwise I'm just treating this pen like a weapon. Someone's going to get hurt. Probably me. Inbound versus outbound marketing for client gen. We're talking B2B here as well, right? So inbound, where they're going to come to you, has always been my preference. I like making sure that I'm creating search engine optimized content, that I've established a solid brand presence, that people are able to come to me. The framing shifts and you become the expert that people seek out rather than you having to go out there and be like, I'm the best, hire me. And they're like, who are you? So the whole dynamic changes when you do inbound content-based marketing. That said, outbound works, especially when you're first getting started. Cold calls, like obviously in-person works best because you're able to face-to-face. Followed by that, cold calling works best. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't think it's fun. I think it's ugly. A lot of people don't like it, but like gun to my head, horrible expression, but like someone told me, they're like, Adam, you need to start a new business and get to 10K a month like that. I'm probably cold calling. Like I'm cold calling everybody. I'm working on my script. I'm working on my delivery. I'm like, look, I know you get these calls all the time. I'm trying to find ways in. That said, my preference is probably still cold email. But like I said, for our good friend, Reverb Hub, the amount of emails that I get on a daily basis are in the hundreds, right? And so anybody that's busy or that you want to do business with is probably getting that volume of email as well. Obviously, I can't check hundreds of emails or I wouldn't be here right now. I would just be doing email all day. So you're going to have to be smart and savvy and work around and don't be afraid to try different approaches as well. Sylvia Estella Keeling, good morning. Good morning, Sylvia. Good to see you here. Glad you could make it. Donald, marketing to niche markets, i.e. workers' compensation adjusters. Okay, let me refresh my memory. Is that the second part to another one? I can't find the original one. So suggestions for marketing to niche markets? Well, again, I think this is when we were talking about like total addressable market, TAM and all that. The advice is pretty much the same. I like to have a power list. So if you're talking about like workers' compensation adjusters or whoever it is, I don't know how many there are. Thousands? Maybe hundreds, thousands? Like probably not hundreds of thousands, right? So if there are like 1,000, 2,000, I'd probably get the names, emails, phone numbers of all of them. I'd check out their LinkedIn profiles. I'd build a bit of a bio on each of them. I'd figure out kind of like what they do and what they're into and like basic B2B outreach, stuff that we've been doing for years, they've been doing for years, long before internet times as well. Okie dokie. Raheem. Adam, I'm struggling to run a restaurant marketing. The owner of the restaurant is not happy with my marketing. What should I do? How can I improve my marketing? I don't know how to create marketing. Okay, so this one's tough to answer because marketing's big, right? So I don't know what you're doing. Are you doing SEO? Are you doing Google My Business Profile? Are you doing Facebook ads, Google ads? Let me tell you what most people do. I'm going to hope that's not you, but if it is, we can fix it. And then let me tell you what you should be doing, and that will hopefully help. Most people, when they're first getting started in marketing, they do marketing based around vanity metrics. They create content that is designed to elicit likes, comments, shares. Stuff that makes you feel good, but doesn't give you any money, which is what the restaurant owner wants. The restaurant owner does not care about more likes. They might say they do, and they're like, build my page, but the only reason they want to build their page is it's a means to an end in order to get more money. So if you're creating content for the sake of content, and you're not following direct response marketing principles, we talked about this last week, so check out that live, watch it, start to finish. It was an important one. I think it'll help you. We go over direct response marketing principles in there. Whew, that was a rant. Now, what should you be doing? For a local business, I would be optimizing my local search engine presence. So my Google business profile would be decked out completely. I'm making a new video on that shortly. Or maybe I have a short. Doesn't matter. Fill it out. That's basically all there is to it. Get some links, get some citations. Local Facebook ads targeted at the local area, very small budget, 10, 15 bucks a day with some kind of promotion, free appetizer, free dessert, free whatever. Those work wonders to get people in the door. Start there. Report back next week. Jasmine, focusing on reputation management with Go High Level. Hang on, I've got my code there for anybody. Free extended 30-day trial. When on Instagram should I post as business or personal brand my face? Good question. Comes up a lot. And my answer is it's funny. I often hedge here a little bit rather than be like, do this, do that. Just like, should I sell toilet paper or diamonds? Sell diamonds. Should I post business or personal? A lot of factors. People, here's my overarching thing. People don't like doing business with businesses. They like doing business with people. So if you're posting as a face, you're putting your name on something, you're taking personal accountability, you're putting your reputation on the line, it's going to go a lot further than a faceless brand. It's a lot harder to grow like a loyal brand following around a brand than it is around a person. Even if you think about the biggest, most popular brands of all time, let's Apple, probably a good example. We think Steve Jobs, right? It's like he was the face of it. He gave the keynotes. Everything was like all about him. Sadly, he passed. We have Tim Cook now, who's doing less of a job at being this like iconic, polarizing personality for it. But I mean, you can find the same with other Richard Branson in Virgin. You've got Bill Gates, Microsoft. You've got Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, all of those. I mean, these are visual, out there people talking about stuff. So that should give you an example. There's another thing that happens as well, which is that the personal brand is just so precious and trustworthy. Like your reputation is the one thing that, like your name, right? It's going to follow you forever. For example, I recently got offered a sponsorship opportunity on the channel for a ridiculous sum of money. Ridiculous. Like go buy new car kind of dumb money. And I turned it down because it wasn't a good fit. Like it wasn't a good fit. And we worked it out and we're like, hey, new car, bad reputation damage. Like that's not we buried it. Now, a decade ago when I was struggling to eat and I needed like rice and beans and food and like nothing was working and was trying to learn my way, you do what you got to do. I don't know if I would have taken it still because you know the importance of a reputation, but you do what you got to do to obviously keep your business going within ethical, moral boundaries. But today, because you're even sort of like looking at the business and personal thing, just thought I'd share that with you. It's like you can't, once your reputation is kind of tarnished, it's tough to get it back. For good examples of this, check out a YouTube channel called Coffeezilla. And they expose a lot of scammers and grifters and people online that have done some sketchy things. It's a good channel and a bit disturbing because there's a lot of sketchy stuff out there. All right, 86th Street Chef Project. Been using ChatGPT. It's amazing. Totally worth the cash with what I'm doing. Cool. It's free. Oops. Let me close this one down. It should be free. There might be something for like a $8 a month option. I don't even use that one. And I use a lot of paid software. I have not found the need to upgrade that one yet. But maybe worth the time. Still, even at $8 a month, I'd pay 10 times that. It's better than a lot of the software that I've paid 10, 20 times more for. All right, Teresa, I get asked at times, clients looking for a food photographer. Are you open? Oh yeah, we're talking to, our man. Where's our man? Chris, Senior Floyd, Chris Floyd. Yes, Chris, Teresa, I'll let you guys connect. I'm pretty sure the answer would be yes, but I appreciate that. All right, let me go here. Let's grow. Good to see ya. Cough, cough. Should I write a book or a course on mindset and habit? I'm a good 6 months away from completing my research. How should I build a personal brand so that later on I get some benefit? So I would start today and I would start creating content around your research and around your book and or your course. Very simple. Whatever is going to be in the book and or course, start making stuff. Make videos, make blog articles, make podcasts, like literally start now. There's this expression, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. 6 months from now, you're going to kick yourself really hard that you didn't start today because it's going to take about that much time to build momentum and steam. And when you have an audience, it's, I can't even tell you, infinitely easier to provide a value providing course or project or something to someone when they're there. For example, selling online courses, perfect example. I created my first online course, I don't even know, so many years ago. I think it was one of my first ones. The first one that like actually got traction was Facebook ads for the travel tourism industry. I was doing a lot of luxury marketing, travel marketing back then. And it was a slog. Like I used Facebook ads to sell it because back then they worked better. But it was tricky. The sales of that one compared to today's Digital Marketing Academy course were a fraction of what they are. And it's literally just because of the size of the audience and the trust that's been built and the content that's been provided and a decade worth of providing as much free value as I possibly can. So I think that there's your answer. As far as book versus course, yeah, whatever you want to do. There's no real huge benefit of one over the other, I guess, except for monetary. A course will probably earn you more money than a book. Books are tricky and less profitable, but powerful. Loka, how do your retargeting ads best? Is it with email marketing or maybe DM? Let me read that a couple times. How do your retargeting ads best? Is it with email marketing or maybe direct message? So those are three different things, like retargeting ads, email marketing, and direct messaging. I'll answer retargeting ads best. And to do retargeting ads best, I'll give you the quick answer. Essentially, what we're using right now is Facebook ad sources, meta sources. So we're retargeting within the app, which is working better than using email list or anything like that, simply because we're getting higher match rates. Ambitious endeavors. Hello back to you. Shaklawi, loved your last video on ChatGPT. Oh, Shaklawi, thank you, my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we were excited to work on that one. It was a lot of fun. That one took some of the most time because I had to go in and like screen capture everything as I was doing it. But it shocked even me, like what ChatGPT was able to do. And it's funny because like even though the first few things that it spit out were maybe average at best, I just was like, hey, rewrite this, do it again, try it this way. And some of the stuff that it ended up coming out with was mind-blowing, like crazy good. 86th Street Chef Project. You got to tell me your name too. Then I can say, hi, Steve, or whatever your name is. What's the most common mistake you know when people write a market analysis for a business plan? Most common mistake I see when people do market analysis. Let's say we'll use synonyms here. We'll say for like do market research or try to identify the ideal customer avatar. Oh, there's so many. Most common one, probably making assumptions that aren't actually correct and then basing decisions off those assumptions. For example, we're going to get nerdy here for a second, but bear with me. Something can be correlated but not causative. Correlation versus causation. That's the big thing to take a look at. For example, you may find out that most of your clients own dogs, right? But that could just be a correlation. It could just be the fact that, yes, a lot of them own dogs, but it's not the causation of the success of your business, unless you're selling dog food, and it's probably causative. But like when you find out there's some kind of overlap or consistency or characteristics between your best people, it may or may not be relevant to what it is that you're actually selling. This is super advanced stuff, so I hope I phrased that correctly. If not, we can talk about it later. But essentially, when you're doing your demographic profiles, don't just borrow from somebody else's and don't take other people's research at face value because very few people know what they're doing properly. They're making a lot of like half-baked guesses and building their entire campaigns around that. And again, just because they own dogs or drive Civics or do this or do that or whatever it is, doesn't necessarily mean that that's the thing. The better thing to focus on are the psychographic characteristics. So what are the consistent pains, problems, fears, and frustrations that they all have? What are the wants, goals, dreams, aspirations, desires, all the things they're trying to achieve? Match it up that way. Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Hey, Adam, I'm struggling to market for a law firm in the UK and generate leads for the services. What activities would you suggest I focus on as a digital marketer? Okay, right on. Oh, this one's a slam dunk for me. And it's because it's pretty simple. I would run Google ads, probably not Facebook ads, Google ads. I would run them through High Level. Feel free to use whatever you want. I just like this one. It's the one I use with all the agencies. And then I would make sure that there's a follow-up and nurture campaign in place using that. It's one thing to generate leads. It's another thing entirely to convert those leads into paying clients for the law firm. That's where software like this is going to come in exceptionally handy. The other thing that I would do is I would get crystal clear on like, let's sketch this. We can do some drawing. I'm not sure this is going to be the most interesting graphic ever, but I think it'll help because we need to talk about this. So that's last week's or a video or something. This is what I need. LTV, lifetime. There we go. Way less awkward now. I'll just hide behind all the things. Lifetime value of a client to the law firm. What is it? My guess is it's probably in the thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm just going to be like, I don't know, let's say $5,000-ish or something like that. Might be more, might be less, depending on the kind of law they offer. Now what you've got to figure out is what does that funnel look like? We talked about this all last week, so I'm not going to map out the whole thing. But like if that's client, and then this is say call, and then this is click, and then this is like app page or something like that. You've got to reverse engineer these numbers to figure out what your max CPC is with Google Ads. When it comes to running Google Ads for law firms, it's more expensive than other businesses like ice cream shops because, again, this number, right? The LTV is typically higher. So what you've got to figure out is what's the max cost per click that you're able to spend? What's your conversion rate on the landing page? How do you do that? How do you nurture them? Also, what you want to focus on is this: conversations. I heard it said back in 2017, if I remember correctly, by David Cancel, the founder of a company called Drift, that conversations are the new leads. He said it. I thought it was the most genius insight I've ever had. Nobody has said it since. And it's been something I've been building my entire marketing off of since then, especially when it comes to like high ticket B2B stuff or anything like that. Conversations are the new leads. Anybody can generate leads. They're simple, cheap, whatever, but it doesn't mean they're qualified. It doesn't mean they're good. You need conversations, which means that you need to work them through some kind of a process. I hope that helps. Start there. Diana, hey Adam, struggling to set up high level. When you worked with gyms, did you create a lot of automatic sequence or just enabled SMS and let the owner talk to the prospect? Good question. So my preference is to set up a very simple, mostly because you should see some of the ones I set up in the past. They're ugly. Man, they were crazy. But like 80-20, Pareto's principle, the amount of work that I did wasn't justified in the results that I got. Like it took stupid amounts of work, but it was fully automated. So I don't regret it. Going forward, here's what I would do. I would run a Facebook ad or a Google ad into high level. I'd run an SMS campaign, automatic, that was designed to elicit one response from the client. Then I would immediately put that into, one response from the customer who's getting the SMS that would immediately send that to the client, your gym owner's inbox for a conversation. That's it. My goal, like I said, I want conversations, not just leads. So I can generate them leads, but if they don't respond to my SMS, they're not really that good. So I would have my SMS go out something like, hey, Adam, you want that free trial? Or hey, click here to set up a good time for your free trial, or come in for the free trial, whatever it is. Then, or let me know, is this Adam? And if they hit yes, then I send it over to the business owner. I might have like one follow-up after, but I want the conversation to them as quickly as possible. All right. By the way, good morning. I appreciate that. Very polite. Thank you, my friend. Ambitious endeavors. Adam, been watching for a month and have grown so much in 30 days because of your content. That warms my heart. Thank you very much. That's awesome to hear. That's the exact reason that I do this stuff right there. So thank you very much. Makes my day. Keep at it. That's fantastic. Like if you did that in 30 days, imagine what you can do in a year. Good things ahead. Keep me posted. Mike Tabisti, what is the best way to use Hootsuite and connected social media data to build customer profiles? In the same vein, how to track customer social media engagement with others as well. Okay, so I don't presently use Hootsuite. I used it for years. It's no longer my favorite, but it's going to be the same as everything. Like essentially the way that Hootsuite, Metricool, High Level, Sprout Social, HubSpot, all of them work this in a similar way is they tap into the API of the social media platform and they extract the data from that. They don't have access to anything that isn't already available in the dashboard of your analytics. The big thing for me is two things. I use the social media demographics of social media details in order to guide the direction of the content that I create to make sure that it's relevant to the people that I'm serving. But I don't let that muddy the waters with my customer profile if they happen to be different. There's a very big difference between people that follow you on social media and people that either buy from you or show up live to something like this or support you in some other way. Often a very big difference. It's very easy to follow someone, click like, and then peace out and never talk to them again. It's another thing entirely to invest in the person, to invest in their training, to believe in what they do, to show up live or something like this. Very, very different thing. So you're going to want to keep those separated. But again, just take a look at all the data and that will show you a picture of who it is. I'm not sure if you've got a follow-up on that one, but if we can get to it, we can. Local love from Sweden. Love right back at you. Green Bee Channel. Good morning from Florida. Good morning, Green Bee. And hey, this is awesome. 86th Street. I live in Central Texas too. We're going to have a meetup. I'll have to fly down. we'll just all get together. I don't know. I might be in Dallas at some point in the near future. What is it now? What is it now? It's like January? Holy moly. Lost like a whole month there for a second. Yeah, who knows? All right, Green Bee, thanks a lot for the live Q&A. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone for being here and for the good questions. All right, my business is growing so fast and I'm at the point where I'm going to have to hire someone soon. What are the things I should hire out first? I'm a digital strategist and agency. All right, what do you hire first? You hire in a few different orders. The first order that you hire is things that it's a mix here. Things that you hate or things that you're not good at, whichever is worst. So if you're going through your day, and everybody should do this, by the way, this is going to be a mandatory exercise for anybody watching this. Over the next 3 business days, ideally 5 if you really want to push it, but 3 is fine. I want you to keep track of your time in 30-minute increments from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. 30-minute increments. What was I just doing? What was I just doing? What was I just doing? Odds are very good, like 100%, I dare say, that there's going to be tasks in your day that you should not be doing. There are going to be things that you're not good at. There's going to be things that you just do not like doing. There's also going to be things that are just not worth your time. For example, if you're charging $100 an hour, there's going to be tasks there that are $10 an hour tasks you should be hiring for. If you're charging $1,000 an hour, there's going to be most tasks that you should be outsourcing and hiring for. If you're charging thousands of dollars an hour, then you should be doing literally just like one single thing in your zone of genius. So use the sliding scale, however it works, but that's it. So look for that. What do you hate? What are you not good at? Keep track of your time, find those areas. This is a drill that I do all the time. And it's shocking. Even me as productivity nerd, self-development geek, guy who's focused on doing the best, smartest work possible, I still find pockets of time every once in a while where I was like, why am I doing this? None of this makes any sense. And there's people out there that want to help you, and you can pay them and they'll be happy to take it off your plate. Jar. Hey, Adam, I just finished an exam of writing a marketing campaign for a skate park. That's a cool project. Next week, I'm moving on to learning about the business environment. Any tips? Yes. So do tips. This is almost like a how to do good in school tip. I try to, like, if you want good grades, you do exactly what your professors tell you. They tell you to do this, you do that. They say jump, you say how high. Show up to office hours, ask lots of questions, you'll get straight A's. Like, it's just do what they want you to do. If you want to do that and also get an education on the side and learn the ins and outs and how this actually applies, then really think it through. Like, really think it through. Who are my customers? Who is my, actually, hang on one sec. Let's do this. Also, if you haven't got this one yet, make sure to grab this one. Model Market Message Media Machine. That is my go-to for, like I've said a million times, for every business. Solopreneur, small content creator, all the way up to billion-dollar empire. I always run them through this thing. If you're looking for strictly factors that involve the business environment, there's something called the PESTLE framework, which stands for political, economic, social, technological, legal, environmental. Economic, environmental. I think that's right. And that'll basically make you look at all of the different factors involved with your analysis. David, Miami. Adam, your video yesterday on ChatGPT was spot on. AI is a good start, but requires human input. In writing blog material, should I reference the material contributed by ChatGPT? Okay, yes. So, yeah, that was a fun video. What's really cool? Fun stuff. There's this thing on like ChatGPT 4 is currently in the works. It's being betaed and all that. There's ChatGPT 3 right now. If you imagine, there we go. This is like the size of like ChatGPT 3, and this is the size of ChatGPT 4. It's something like 10,000 times more powerful and bigger. Shocking. So yes, it's getting cool. Should you reference the material? Yeah, if you want to. Whatever's faster for you. So in the past, good example. In the past, in my attempts to create the highest quality YouTube videos possible, subscribe for more, hit like, etc. I've tried all kinds of different things to create the best scripts possible, which is the content, right? I've tried writing everything myself, which is, full disclosure, that is what I do. I write every single word. I've also tried hiring people to help me write. What I found is that if a script takes me, these days it's more, but let's say 4 hours to write, it takes me 4 hours to edit a script that somebody else wrote. So it's a wash. So somebody else can write it, but then because it's my voice, my experience, my expertise, I still have to go through and like redo everything. So I don't find it incredibly helpful that way. That said, for coming up with ideas and inspiration and angles and things you may not have considered, yeah, definitely reference it. Use all of the tools available at your disposal. I think there's a couple art channels that I really like. And one of the guys is like, if you want to trace. If you want to copy. He's like, do whatever. Like, if you want to use a ruler, use a ruler. You want to use paint, crayons, pencil, whatever. It's art. Do whatever enables you to create what you want. I feel that way about marketing. As long as we're being legal, ethical, moral, integrity people, yeah, use all the tools available to you. All right. Donald, Austin, live music capital of the world and best barbecue. Oh, best barbecue. Sounds like fighting words. I know there's other people here that will claim that title. Not here. Pacific Northwest, we don't claim to have the best barbecue unless you count barbecue salmon. No one counts barbecue salmon. Chris Floyd, do you offer help with offers? Not normally. Aside from here, I do have a rarely open 25K day where people fly out and we spend a day going through everything, but it is not for most. It's overkill for most businesses. This is typically a good place to start. Sense, whoa, hang on, I'm resizing. Sensibility, hello from UK. Hello. Coach Kenny, Atlanta. Excellent. We've got Florida, Atlanta, Texas, South Africa. Mart, I know you checked in from Piastani, Slovakia. Who else did we have? David from the Armpit of the South. Florida, Texas, I think I've got them all so far. Lady writes, Katrina, what tips do you have for expanding a membership site? Yeah, so there's a guy named Ryan Lee who used to have I'm not sure who runs it still, might still be Ryan, called Freedom, Freedym. And it was all about membership sites. There's also another couple people to check out called the Membership Guys. Their stuff's pretty cool too. But what Ryan talked about was two parts, GT, KT. GT, get them, KT, keep them. 50-50. 50% of your time should be spent on getting them, acquiring new members, marketing, sales, lead magnets, follow-up sequences, emails, ads, whatever else you need to do. 50% of your time on KT, keeping them. Retention. How do you make it a better experience? Do you offer more live stuff? Do you offer more courses or training or whatever it is that they want? That's it. That's the magic formula. So if you've got an 8-hour day, 4 hours on getting them, 4 hours on keeping them, and it just basically stays that way. Ambitious endeavors. You have to tell me your name as well. My business is growing so fast I'm at the point where I'm going to, we talked about that one. Hang on. We're good. Let's see. I just clicked through these things. I should probably filter them a bit more. I tend to start filtering in the last 10 minutes so I can try to help find the questions that will help the questions. I've been watching this Dr. Seuss baking show on, what's it on, Amazon? I find myself starting to talk like that a lot. Questions, although that's more Hobbit stuff. Diana, building my agency website. I'm not sure if my offer should say my service or rather sell the goal. We help gym owners get more members through paid advertising or take paid advertising out. Ooh, this is a good question. Here's why. It depends on, this is a very strategic answer to the question. So I'm going to say it clearly as I can. It depends on the level of awareness of your existing target market. There's a gentleman by the name of Eugene Schwartz who wrote an amazing book called Breakthrough Advertising. I think you can buy it for like $150 or $200. One of the more expensive marketing books. One of the best. Often goes that way. He wrote about something, you can Google this though, you don't need the book for it, called the 5 levels of awareness. And it has to go from, is your customer unaware of the problem, aware of the problem, aware of a solution, aware of your solution? So where are they on this spectrum? And where they are is going to determine the language that you use. For example, if I want to make a video on how to get more sales from your website, I could call it how to get more sales from your website. And now I'm appealing at someone who is at the sort of the lower end of the awareness spectrum. They're problem aware, they have a website, they're not making any sales. Or I could say how to optimize your website using the most advanced CRO techniques available. Now I'm appealing to someone who's solution aware. I'm talking about conversion rate optimization, which is fancy talk for making sales with your website and getting it to do more stuff. But it's a very different market. So is your market aware of paid advertising or are they not? Have they considered it or have they not? Also, I would steer away from paid advertising and I would use words like Facebook ads, Google ads. They're more clear, they're more visceral, they're client who's normally not in digital marketing in any capacity, they don't really have a good understanding of what it is and what's involved. So you could be like, we help you, hang on one sec. We help gym owners get more memberships through paid advertising. So it's like, I'd also try to be more specific if I could. So I'd be like, double your clients in 30 days with Facebook ads. I don't know if that's possible for you or whatever it is, but like that's kind of it. Or get triple your signups in the next 90 days through the use of Facebook ads. Or we help gyms do XYZ. If you only offer paid ads for it, then I'd probably just be specific for it, because now you become a specialist rather than a generalist. But if you have a ton of different services you offer as well, then you could focus more on the benefit of it. Also, it depends if you're targeting a local area. You can be a little more broad because there's going to be less competitors in there. You don't have to differentiate yourself quite as much. Whew. Okay, Mike Tabisti. I appreciate all the value you provide with your content. I'm sure everyone else does as well. You should let us know how we can help you with your efforts besides likes and subscribes. Well, Mike, I appreciate that. Honestly, being here, that's all I could ask for. I really do appreciate it. The kind words are nice too. Like I like, not even the kind words, I like hearing that you're taking action and then letting me know that you took action and it worked. That to me is the most amazing thing. Yeah, that honestly, that's all the fuel. And like and subscribe. If you can think of one other person to share it with, that also helps too. Helps expand the reach. Kenneth Wang from China. Hey, Kenneth, tune in. What time is it there? It's on the other side of the world right now. So good for you for being there. 86th Street. I would sell toilet paper back in 2020. I think we all would. Green Bee Channel. Any helpful tips for marketing in the rare species animal field? Also bringing awareness of these animals. There's an interesting question. I have literally never been asked that. How to marketing in rare animal species. Let's do this. So the answer is, it's going to be the same as basically any niche field. Really, there's going to be no difference between selling any kind of other niche thing. And you're going to want to and need to find your tribe. Who are the people that are into these kind of things already? And then double down on them. I would start looking at the entry point into rare animals. I don't know, maybe there's like some popularized exotic sloth that's recently become known about. But I'm like, hey, this is a nice segue into it where I could start talking to those kind of people about rare animals. And so, but other than that, I mean, I'd go find like the most niched, obscure animals ever and create content around them, talk about them. Like find your tribe. They're already out there. I bet you if you look at Facebook groups, different Discord servers, Reddit communities, any other place that people hang out, other YouTube channels, Instagram pages, like I bet you there's already a lot out there. You just got to tap into them. Audio is on. Perfect. Glad we figured this out. That'd be hilarious because that came up like way back in the beginning. Hour later, I'm just talking to myself, answering questions and no one can hear. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Digital Vivian, should we use profile scrapers or data extractors on niche basis to get email ID and mobile number and later target them? Currently, I want to target dentists. Oh, dentists are so easy to target. Yeah, like you can use a profile extractor, data scraper. There's people on Fiverr, Upwork that'll do this for like $20, $30 or I don't know, buck a name, 10 cents a name, whatever. Like it's not expensive. So their data is everywhere. Dentists are also the most highly marketed to people out there. So be prepared to offer something different. Sign up for the free trial on this bad boy and get the dentist snapshot. And then you'll be able to follow up with them by pitching conversations, not just leads. Okay, perfect. Lisa Jewel, good to see you, Lisa. Any tips for proving out digital marketing ROI to C-suite execs who aren't convinced it's working? Oh, it's funny. When I hear that, I just like die a little bit inside. I feel bad for the future of their businesses because in the rare case, it's just not working and they know because they're tracking ROI and results. And if it's not delivering results, then it's not working and there's nothing to do. Like we need to make it better. That's not often the case. What's often the case is it's working great. They just aren't buying it for some weird biased reason, some old boys club protecting the patriarchy. I don't know, like whatever it is. And it's crap and they're going to suffer. So I'm a big advocate of preaching to the choir. So you can't make someone believe something. You can simply present the case over and over again. So the pithy advice, and I appreciate this isn't applicable to everyone, but it's like I try to find organizations that actually get it. If they don't get it, then there's nothing I can do to help them, right? Like that's it. End of story. But what we probably have to do, so the actual practical takeaway, is we have to find a way to better translate the ROI and the impact that the digital campaign is having. What do they care about? If all we're doing is building likes, comments, shares, vanity metrics, of course it's not working. That's garbage. They don't care. But if it's increasing lifetime value of a customer, if it's decreased cost of acquisition, if it's putting in $1 and getting $2 for a ROAS of 100% or whatever it is, like all of those are numbers that they're going to get. So you just have to speak their language. But yeah, some people just don't get it, and it's sad. Mind you, some people have also been burned by a lot of marketers giving them garbage like likes. Whew, Nathan, I'm curious, Adam, running your own business can be stressful, right? No. So what is it you do to keep your mental health mindset in check? That's a good question. So yeah, it can totally be stressful, like exhaustingly stressful. I think there's a couple quotes that I really like. He who has, or she who has a big enough why can withstand any how. I believe that's Nietzsche. Don't quote me on that one. Quote Nietzsche. But he who has a big enough why can withstand any how. So if you're going into business with the sole purpose of making money, cash, you're going to do it, but it's going to be a slog because there's going to need to be something else that drives you forward. Also, this is a very privileged thing to say, and I don't talk about this a lot, but we're live here. We're friends. We can keep this between us. The hardest point in my life was actually when I became financially successful, because I no longer had to work for money, and it kind of killed me a little bit. I didn't really know what to do. I was like, well, what's the point? Like, honestly, you sort of go through this bit of an identity crisis, because if you build your whole business around just making money, well, what do you do when you don't need money? You don't need the business. And that's scary. Like, that's really scary. So you got to find something that you care about. You have to find something you're passionate about. You have to find something that helps you grow. You have to obviously set your mindset right by looking for challenges and opportunities in the challenges and growth. You have to genuinely enjoy what you do. Also, there we go. Also, younger Adam, when I was first getting started, I've said this, so I'm not ashamed of it, but it wasn't the best thing to do. I worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for the better part of 2 or 3 years. All the time. I had to. Otherwise, the business wouldn't have survived. I was working harder, not necessarily smarter. That has since changed. I now work a much more reasonable schedule thanks to some serious heart-to-heart conversations with my family about seeing my kids. I didn't have kids at the time when I was first starting, so that was a benefit, but they came in relatively after, and then I had to adjust my schedule. So find things that you love. Find outlets and areas for you to be creative in other areas. But again, focus on the bigger goal. It's like, what are you doing this for? What's the impact that you really want to make? Because again, like for example, this is a perfect example. It's 8 a.m. Saturday morning. 8 a.m. Saturday morning. I'm going to take my kids climbing in like 10 minutes. But like they're in the house. They're waiting for dad to come back in. I love you guys so much. I do love them more. But like we're making the sacrifice to make an impact and to put this content forward, to help as many people as we can. So if that wasn't there, it would be way too easy for me to just sleep in and take a few weeks off and do whatever it is. So you need that mission. Whew, personal stuff there. Corporal Diesel, she really liked my proposals. Good. However, she has a lot on her plate, so they're being slow to be implemented. That's okay. They will be implemented when it becomes painful enough to not implement them. That's how it goes. Kenneth, I love this channel. I love that you love this channel. Thank you. Any tips on streamlining the process so she just has to upload it? My focus is on copywriting, but I think I really need to do start to finish ads for her. Yes, if she's overloaded and has no capacity or interest to do it, then yes, if you want it done. Like here's the fun fact. Someone has to want it done. Otherwise, it's just not a priority. So if you feel that it's important and you feel this would be good, also as a copywriter, I think it's an amazing experience. I think every copywriter should write ads because the feedback is just instant, right? It's like you write an ad, you know within 1 or 2 days if that ad was any good or not. So ads are the testing ground. I became a really good copywriter when I started doing ads. Before I was okay. I could write, it was fine, but I really became good when I started writing ads because I had to, because there was money on the line. Jassy, hello. Patrick, for a PPC noob, Google, Facebook, or Instagram ads, what would be the best to start with, get work in, specialize in? Good question. What's the best to start in, work with, specialize in? They're different beasts. So it's kind of like, what should you learn to cook first? Eggs or pizza? It's like they're both pretty easy, but some people like, do you want to cook breakfast or dinner? So in that sense, let me turn it back to you. Would you rather, probably Google ads. There's the short answer, but here's why. Would you rather create an ad for a business that knows they need it, wants it, is able to get better searchable results, someone's actively seeking it out, Google ads? Or would you rather create something that's going to give you a little more flexibility down the road to work with possibly a larger range of businesses, maybe more e-com, maybe more online stuff? Facebook ads. Also, when you learn Facebook ads, you get a 2-for-1 punch because Facebook ads and Instagram ads operate under the same platform, the Facebook Ads Manager. So when you learn how to write Facebook ads, you know how to write Instagram ads. You literally just check a box. The difference is the creative. Okay, yeah, I'm going to switch my answer a bit. If you'd rather learn the more technical side of like optimizing a campaign, probably Google ads. If you'd rather focus more on the creative side of things and like what the copy is, what the offer is, what the hook is, what the image and the video and all that, definitely Facebook and Instagram ads. Different beasts. I like them both. Personally, I prefer Facebook and Instagram ads, but if I was trying to like start today, I'd probably run Google ads. And I'd run them through high level, and that way I could convert them better and get them into conversations. David Woodbury, hello, good morning from the Washington coast. Good morning, David. Which part of the Washington coast? Right on the coast? Eureka? Seattle? Where are we talking? Harshit Karada. Any tips on running campaigns on YouTube? Emphasis on campaign structure, targeting, and formats. Okay, so we're talking about YouTube ad campaigns. What are my best tips there? Campaign structure, targeting, and formats. Campaign structure. Let me give you two things because that's a big question on how to structure it all up. My best advice is to create separate intros for the same ad. So have an ad that's the best possible YouTube ad you can do, but then create like 5 or 6 different hooks in the intro. So it's like, are you tired of being tired? There's like hook 1. Are you a person who's got this thing and needs this? That's hook number 2. Look, today I've got something to show you. If this isn't interested, click the skip button. But if you're this kind of person, so there's intro number 3. You get what I'm saying? And then just like tack those on so you've got different hooks to bring people in. The second thing is start with placement targeting and then probably keyword targeting. I would do those. So placements, put them on the channels and the videos that you think are the most relevant. And then also use keyword targeting. Don't be afraid to dive into negative keywords as well to make sure you don't end up in the wrong places. How we doing? Okay, we got like 3 minutes and I'm gonna jet like hard and fast out. So if I just like randomly peace out, all's well, but we got stuff to do. Ubani, hey Adam, hope all is well in the new year. It is, thank you, my friend. I have a question, which might be a general question, but for social media content, and would a lot of times think too hard about it? WDYT. Okay, hang on one second. Which might be a general question, but for social media content, and would a lot of the times think too hard about it? Okay, I'm not sure. I think possibly you're asking like, if we're overthinking social media content. To which I would say, yeah, everybody overthinks everything. It's what our brains as humans do, so you're not alone. But you got to post it. Like there comes a point where you got to post it. So the thing that I like to suggest is 80% is good enough. So if you get a post and it's 80% good enough, you just post it. That's the beauty of social. You can always post another one and another one and another one. YouTube becomes a slightly different beast because of the time, energy, and money involved. But otherwise, yeah, let's post it, buddy. Post it. Can't do anything if it's just sitting on your hard drive. Okay, let me see if I can find one more that would be the most helpful. I've got a video on this. Check out Adam Earhart Marketing Books. You'll see the suggestion there. Doodle-doo. I answered this one already, so you should hopefully see it. Maybe it's just reposting a couple times, but it's in there. Any tips? This will help for... Let's see. If I'm not going to find an excellent tech person for my prod launch, 9% there. Yeah, for tech people, Andrew, it's they're tough to find. You got to kiss a lot of frogs. Check out Indeed, check out Upwork, check out Fiverr even. But yes, hiring people. Let's see. For renovators, the ones that prospect don't want more work. Here's a good one. Hey, Adam, I see a lot of people succeed in marketing for renovators and refinishers, but all of the ones that I prospect don't want more work. They're already backed up until the fall. Any advice? Yes, don't market to them. They don't want it. Next niche. That's it. So just because other people are having success with it, they might have got there early. They might have had a significant competitive advantage. They might have ties in the field. If they don't want what you have, you can't make them want it. So find someone else. Okay. Do we have time? Have I ever been to Morocco? All around Morocco. Algeria, Spain, never into Morocco. I'm going to get there though. Okay, let's see if I can find one more. Let's see. We've got lots of good chats going back. Jay, glad you could make it a little late to the party. I'm glad you're here. Is Facebook ad leads good or low quality leads? They're better than they ever have been before, but you want to run them through a filtering and conversion system like High Level. A lot of good stuff, you guys. I'm going to leave you guys to have it is an amazing and supportive community. You guys are doing awesome. Keep answering each other's questions. I'll just hang out here for a minute. I'm going to try and find one more. Okay. Tony, Google or Facebook ads for e-commerce. And the reason that I think this is good for everyone is because it kind of answers the question of Google versus Facebook ads for everything. So here's the answer. Search versus discovery. Think of two different circles. There's a bit of overlap between both. Do you have something that people are actively searching for, i.e., dentist in my area, i.e. emergency plumber, i.e. weight loss supplements, i.e. something that someone is actively going out and they're searching for? Google ads, fantastic tool. YouTube ads, they kind of bridge the gap between both, but Google ads are easier to set up. Or do you have something that's interesting that people would be interested in if they simply knew that it existed? For example, I don't know, if I look around my office, like this thing. Ugh. This is an iPad. Oh, I smashed that. That's all good. This is an iPad stand. I forget the company. Grove made it. Awesome little iPad stand. I did not know I needed this until they put it in front of me and were like, yo, Adam, you need an iPad stand. And I was like, yes, I do. Facebook ads. But I would have never searched for that on my own. So that is the biggest factor of whether you're going to run Google ads and Facebook ads. Best advice I have, though, is if you have the budget, definitely test both and measure the cost of acquisition against each channel. Nikki, my pleasure. All right, everyone. It's climb time, which rhymes unintentionally, but I got a jet. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the kind words, not only to myself, but most importantly to each other. Thank you for taking action, for doing the things that you know you should do. I'm happy to be here and to help support you any way that I can. But at the end of the day, this comes down to you. Like it's all up to you. I can give you the tools. I can empower you. I can encourage you, but it's up to you to take action. So my strongest piece of advice for this week is in the next 30 minutes, now that I hit finish and we sign off here, is take just one action. What is one thing you can do in the next 30 minutes that will drive you closer to your goal so that when we chat again next week, you're going to have some good news for me? That's all I ask. All right. Take care, everyone. Talk soon.